years ago, and spent an evening with him about a month ago at his house with his wife Debbie. Just an unbelievably nice, generous, thoughtful human being, and I was really shocked and saddened with the news last night. So I want to extend my best wishes and our organization's best wishes to the Magowan family and to the Giants. Secondly, I want to say how badly we all feel for Victor Oladipo. Not only a great player, a guy who's helped lift this franchise up here in Indianapolis, but a great leader, great representative for the NBA. When anybody gets hurt, you hate it. But when a guy who's so important to the league gets hurt, it hurts even more, and hurts the league. It's just it's a shame. He's gotten so good. He's become such a great player. And this is a basketball town, and they've built a hell of a team here, and we're all really sorry to see the news there. So we wish him well. And with that, I will take any questions that you have.
You guys, this is the longest road trip of the season, left on the schedule, that is, and so now you have a chance to go 5-0. What has your team showed you about the ability to collect wins on the road? How tough it can be?
I think our team relishes challenges. I think in many ways, we get more focused for road games. That's definitely been the case on this trip. We've done a good job of, for the most part, of executing and holding up under pressure and competing and getting things done in the fourth quarter. So very pleased with the road trip, but we got to finish it off tonight, and this is going to be a tough one. The last game of a trip before you go home is always a possible letdown game. We came off an emotional game in Boston, and we've got catch the Pacers without Victor. It's a night where I've seen this many times in my career, where it's pretty easy to let your guard down and playing against a team that's going to be scrapping and clawing tonight. So hopefully we'll be ready.
Steve, what are you looking forward to with working with Nate McMillan with Team USA?
I've always admired Nate from afar. I don't know him well, but I always love when a team really takes on the personality of its coach, and you can really feel the influence. And that's always been the case with Nate. I played against him when we were both in the league, and he was always a tough physical guard. And that's how his teams play. They get after you. They get into you defensively, make you work for everything. And what he's done the last couple of years has been remarkable, just in terms of the identity of the team really forming quickly, and the Pacers turning into, I think, one of the toughest teams around.
Steve, when you think about the great three-point shooters, including yourself, do you ever wonder what it would be like for Reggie Miller or yourself or Allen to play in today's game?
Yeah, more so for Reggie and Ray Allen. I appreciate the compliment, but Reggie was ahead of his time. I mean, he was taking those shots that were 8-10 feet outside the three-point line 20 years ago, but nobody did that. Now everybody's doing it, and you can only imagine what it would be like for Reggie. Ray Allen, you mentioned too, to have a neon green light to shoot as many threes as possible. Back then when we were all playing, it was looked at as more of a complimentary shot. You still worked inside out. Pacers would go into Rick Smiths and post up Mark Jackson and maybe spread the offense out. Reggie would be on the perimeter, he'd come off the screen. Now the way everybody's playing the pace, shooting pull-up threes in transition, quick threes, that would have been devastating.
Steve, not counting.
Between Steph and Steph is great. That lasts like a week and a half.
Well, Steph would get him on the floaters in the lane and stuff. But Stell was more of a jump shooter, but he had unbelievable touch. And, I would like to see a family, of course, do it.
Steve.
It's going to be a difficult situation to match up with tonight, considering this team is finding its footing now for the long haul without
It's just a game where you know, with all the circumstances in play, you've got to come in prepared and ready. You know, their team will be fighting for sure. They're going to be competing, but they'll look a little different too. They've got to change their rotation a little bit, change their lineups. So, but the one thing we know is that they're going to get after us defensively. We came in here last year and they just destroyed us. We weren't ready for the defensive pressure. So that's my concern tonight.
Are Steph and KD in as good of a place with each other as you've seen them?
They've always been in a good place. You know, maybe the first couple of months when Kevin was here 2 years ago, it took a little time, but they're both making all NBA teams and all stars and winning championships. So I don't think now is that much different from before. They've coexisted and played comfortably together for a long time.
Is there anything beyond the obvious that makes their dynamic work so well together? Beyond the fact that they're selfless and.
I don't know. I think what makes them both unique is that they can both play on or off the ball, and that's not always the case when you put a couple of stars together. So I just think their skill sets match up because either one can handle the ball, either one can run off a screen and catch or spot up, and shoot the ball. So you don't ever feel like one of them is uncomfortable. They're always able to function well off of each other.
Dependability on your sandwich on Lucas and Megan. He's giving you guys a lot of 15 minutes. I think he's only had 2 turnovers on this road trip. He's got his springs going. He's on the court for some important stretches.
Yeah, he's feeling great physically, and he's in a good groove. He's shooting the ball well. It's been the best stretch of the season for him, and it's no coincidence that we've won 10 games in a row. A lot of things have come together. Sean's probably one of the things that, one of the reasons that has maybe gone unnoticed. He's just playing at a really high level. But he's such an important part of our team, part of our foundation, and he's playing great.
Obviously, in the fourth quarter in Boston, there was a few mistakes, but overall, this season's been the best turnover percentage season for you guys since you've been here. Does that come with chemistry and just getting better together, or is it something you have to keep harping on all season?
We harp on it all the time, but the last few weeks have been probably the best stretch that I've seen since I've been here in terms of just being mindful of our decision making with the ball. We always walk a fine line between order and chaos, which we like, but leaning towards the order side makes more sense because we've got so much talent. We just can't give away possessions. When we don't give away possessions and we stay even or better in the possession game, gives us a great chance to win every night.
You guys are listening. You guys are still hearing your voice to have this.
Apparently. But I'm just turning the music up a little louder so I don't drone. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Steve.